Wells Fargo Minnesota Sports Prep Update for Tuesday, December 10th. I'm Ryan Phelps. Boys high school basketball has a long and storied tradition here in Minnesota. It's over 100 years old. In fact, last year we celebrated its 100th anniversary with the first state tournament dating back to 1913. This state has turned out hundreds of Division I basketball players and dozens who went on to long careers in the NBA. But there was certainly something special about those days back at Williams Arena, decades ago, when all eyes in the state were focused on the raised hardwood. We're known now as the state of hockey, but there was a time when people said the tourney, they meant the boys' state basketball tournament. The small northern Minnesota town of Fosston, located between Bemidji and Crookston on Highway 2, won the first ever boys' state basketball championship in 1913, a 29-27 win over Mountain Lake. Through 2 World Wars and 10 U.S. presidents, the tournament remained in one class, all the way up until 1971. For 5 years, from 71 to 75, it was a 2-class tournament, but the 1A and 2A champions would play off in a final game. Then for 2 years, in 95 and 96, we tried to recapture the glory days, and the tourney once again switched to one class. Minneapolis North won the championship both of those years over Hopkins and Staples Motley, and the 2 games were decided by a combined 3 points.
Your first word probably wasn't something like finance, or savings, or ATM. But whatever that first word was, it opened up a world to you that was built on conversations. It's this exchange of ideas that Wells Fargo puts into practice every day, through listening, guiding, and planning. So when the conversation is about ways to grow your savings or your business, we'll be here to help you find the right answers. Because an open dialogue is what opens doors. Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A.
I'm in a state of caffeination, got all my fingers shaking. Must have been my large Americano, mochaccino, macchiato. Now the family's gone to bed, and that's my favorite time to get some tips on better rates. Cause my State Farm guy answers late, and even when it's not my agent, someone's standing by so patient. Getting coverage questions answered helps me to relax. Get to a better state, State Farm.
Visit Brandy Warmbier State Farm Insurance Office, located off Singletree and Flying Cloud Drive, online at brandywarmbier.com.
Now that the team trophies have been handed out for all of the fall sports, it's time for the individual awards to start emerging, and the first big one was announced yesterday. The 2013 Mr. Football Award goes to Jeffrey Jones of Minneapolis Washburn. This 4-year starter and letter winner played multiple positions for the Millers, including running back, slot back, return man, and safety. He made all-conference 4 times, Minneapolis Player of the Year twice, has a career rushing mark of 532 carries, 4,668 yards, and 77 touchdowns, plus 13 more scores through the air and 2 returns for touchdowns as well. This year he was an AP first-team All-State selection and has been selected to play in the 2014 Under Armour All-American game in Tampa, Florida. Jones had a tough class to compete against for the 2013 Mr. Football Award, including Tori Adams of Hutchinson, Matt Christensen from Nicollet, Andrew Stelter of Owatonna, Michael Strand from Barnesville, and Ezra Zurbach of Moose Lake Willow River, just to name a few. The Mr. Football Award dates back to 2004. In that first year, Nick Mertens of East Grand Forks was the inaugural recipient. In fact, Mertens and 2011 winner Philip Nelson of Mankato West, who currently plays quarterback for the Gophers, are the only 2 outstate winners to take home this award. There have been 2 from Cretin-Durham Hall, including current NFLer Michael Floyd, 1 from Rosemount, Apple Valley, Eden Prairie, Holy Family Catholic, Osseo, and now the first in the city at Minneapolis Washburn to the 4-year starter, Jeffrey Jones.
I like saving money. I mean, it's not like I have a purse stuffed with coupons or... Okay, I do. The other day, I went into Wells Fargo to get help with a car loan.
Good news. You qualify for our double discount promotion. Get double the interest rate discount we normally give on select new loans and lines of credit just for being a Wells Fargo checking package customer.
And the best part, I didn't even need a coupon.
Come to Wells Fargo to discuss how the double discount promotion can help with the interest rate on your new loan or line of credit. Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far. Subject to credit qualification. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. Equal housing lender.
Winter is here, and that means snow, ice, and frost are on their way soon. Win the battle of scraping ice and shoveling snow with help from your local Hardware Hank and Night Chemicals. Night Chemicals snow melt, ice melt pellets generate heat the instant it contacts ice and snow and works effectively down to negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit and comes in 10 and 20 pound bags. Visit your nearest Hardware Hank for Night Chemicals snow melt, ice melt pellets today.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
It's time for our Hardware Hank Nuts and Bolts Athletes of the Week, which are selected every Tuesday based on your nominations to MinnesotaScores.net. Each week we pick 2 winners, one from the Metro and one from Greater Minnesota. The outstate winner is Daniel Hutterlick from Crosby Ironton Boys Basketball, and the Metro winner is Hannah Gettle from Champlin Park Girls Hockey. The Wells Fargo Minnesota Sports Prep Update can be heard right here every Monday through Friday, and for more coverage you can find us on the web at MinnesotaScores.net. That's Minnesota-Scores.net. I'm Ryan Phelps on Minnesota Sports Radio.
And we're joined by Rob Friend at the Mulch Store. Rob, a lot of people are finishing up those fall projects, whether it's trimming trees or getting rid of all those leaves. What can people do with those materials once they're done?
Well, they can bring their yard waste into any of our locations and dispose of it for a small fee. And after it's disposed of, we then process it and turn it into compost.
It's also a very easy, straightforward process to stop in at any of those Mulch Store locations, correct?
You just pull into any of the sites, you check in with the gate attendant and pay your small fee, and you're all set to go.
And if people would like more information about the great products and services the Mulch Store offers, what's your website?
MulchStoreMN.com.
He sure looks good.
He does. It's hard to believe he was ever sick. But the bills, they just keep coming.
You remember the life insurance you bought years ago? It has living benefits that you could use for times like this.
Mom, he's sick. No, honey, he's fine.
Don't worry, your hair will grow back. Mine did.
State Farm puts the life back in life insurance, with benefits you can use when you need them most.
Visit Brandy Warmbier's State Farm Insurance Office, located off Singletree and Flying Cloud Drive, online at brandywarmbier.com.
The Sun Current is proud to be your community news leader for over 50 years. Each week you can read their in-depth coverage on local government, school district news, high school sports matchups, community events, and newsmakers. The Sun Current's website is now mobile user-friendly and provides breaking local news coverage daily. Check it out at current.mnsun.com.
Think about the best athletes in the world, no matter the sport. How did they rise above the competition? These athletes didn't get to the top of their game on talent alone. They trained hard, and they trained right. PTI will work with your athlete to reach new heights. They'll get a high-level customized program from a skilled professional who truly cares about and understands your athlete's needs. The results of PTI will give your son or daughter the confidence and determination to unleash their full potential. Performance Therapy Innovations, where athletes get results. It's time for another round of live local play-by-play coverage of Southwest Metro high school sports. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Mulch Store, Performance Therapy Innovations, Alpha Investment Advisors, The Tavern on 4 and 5, The Sun Current, Home Video Studio, and in partnership with BEC TV, Bloomington Educational Cable Television. Catch all of the action all season long on your home for Southwest Metro Sports, PSB Media. Game time is coming up next.
Boys hockey is live on PSBMN, and this evening we are at the Eden Prairie Community Center for a pivotal early season matchup between the visiting Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars against the hosts, the Eden Prairie Eagles. Adam Rosso alongside Brett Johnson. And these two teams, both undefeated coming in to this evening's tilt, and they both probably have something to prove after a disappointing end to last season. The Jags and the Eagles both want to stake an early claim to one of the powers in the Southwest Metro.
Yeah, both these teams have been powerhouses for a long, long time here in the Metro area, and both teams, I guess at least for their standards, you would say maybe had a little bit of a down year. Jefferson's been building for the last couple of years since having some great teams in the late 2000s. Of course, 2 years ago they finished under 500, which is almost unheard of in the west side of Bloomington. Last season, an improvement, and they really started playing well down the stretch. They went to the section semifinals where they gave eventual state champion Edina all they could handle. They actually had a 2-goal lead against Edina at Braemar Ice Arena before the Hornets were able to rally and win. Eden Prairie, on the other hand, a very much up and down season. It was just one of those years where they just did not seem to be puck lucky in any sense. They had some third period troubles and they finished just around 500 before losing to Benilde St. Margaret's in the Section 6 semifinal. So certainly both teams with a lot to prove, and both these squads off to very good starts here on the season. Eden Prairie 3-0, Jefferson 4-0. Eden Prairie probably hasn't played quite the same schedule as Jefferson, as the Jaguars are coming off a very, very impressive victory over Minnetonka. 3-0. Not often you see a team shut out the Minnetonka Skippers.
Yeah, that was the second shutout of the season, second in 4 games for Grant Martins, the senior goaltender for the Jaguars. He's going to have his hands full this evening with the potent Eden Prairie offense. They're averaging 47 shots on goal per game. And if you were with us on Saturday afternoon in Lakeville, a lot more quality shots in that previous game than that previous game, I should say. I know you said that Coach Smith and company had really wanted them to concentrate on quality shots since they'd been peppering the net, but maybe not getting as effective as scoring chances. But Saturday they put 6 goals in net, led by Jack Clays, who tallied 2 goals on the afternoon. And as you said, the Jags shut out Minnetonka 3-0. They've allowed just 4 goals through 4 games on the season. And it's kind of a matchup of 2 styles here this evening as both teams now take the ice just before the national anthem. Matchup of 2 styles. Jefferson likes to get down and dirty, plays more of a defensive style of a game. And then the Eagles, obviously wide open, love to get up into the offensive zone and pepper the goaltender. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic on the ice this evening.
I think the JV game definitely could be the kind of a varsity game we could have. The JV game was, I'd say, definitely Jefferson's type of game, a very physical, defensive style. Ended in a scoreless tie of all things. Eden Prairie had the better of the play, but I think Jefferson, that was the style they wanted to play. They had good defense and had some opportunities in transition that they just weren't able to finish. And wouldn't be surprised if varsity here in the game coming up will be similar. As you said, Jefferson, a very gritty defensive team. Eden Prairie, on the other hand, traditionally they are more of a finesse, wide-open team. Although Coach Lee Smith said in the preseason he's got some big boys on his squad with 17 seniors, and he said they're not afraid to play a physical style if they have to, and that may have to be their calling card for tonight with a very good Jefferson team that they're facing.
Yeah, these 2 teams did match up twice last season. I think it was once in a tournament up at St. Louis Park possibly, and then the other time down at the BIG, the Ice Gardens down in Bloomington. The team split 3-2 victory earlier in the season, I believe in December, for the Jags. And then later in the season, when Bloomington was playing a little bit better hockey, they actually were beat pretty soundly by Eden Prairie 5-1 in the later stages of the 2012-2013 season. So we'll see what the 2 teams bring into tonight as we're slowly filling up, the crowd trickling in for a matchup of unbeatens. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with the drop of the puck. Bloomington, Jefferson, and Eden Prairie. You're watching high school hockey on PSB.
We're speaking with Rob Friend at the Mulch Store. Rob, once people have finished up trimming those trees or raking those leaves, how easy is it for them to stop in at the Mulch Store to drop off those materials, or maybe even pick up some mulch for next year?
Well, if you want to stop in and drop off, you come in, check in at the gate attendant, and they'll point you in the right direction after you pay a small fee. And if you're ready to pick up something to do a final garden or mulch project, pick out the product you want, pay for the fee, and we'll load up a trailer or a pickup truck if you have that. If not, we do have delivery available.
And of course, you guys have locations all over the metro area.
That's right. For locations and more information on delivery, you can check us out at our website, mulchstoremn.com.
Think about the best athletes in the world, no matter the sport. How did they rise above the competition? These athletes didn't get to the top of their game on talent alone. They trained hard, and they trained right. PTI will work with your athlete to reach new heights. They'll get a high-level customized program from a skilled professional, who truly cares about and understands your athlete's needs. The results at PTI will give your son or daughter the confidence and determination to unleash their full potential. Performance Therapy Innovations, where athletes get results.
I think I have the window seat.
You better double check that, my friend. Don't think we don't know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Rodgers.
No, that's not it. You're that State Farm discount double check guy. Discount double check. Thanks to the hundreds you saved us, we could upgrade the grill class.
Grill class?
Your tongs are in your seat back.
Save with the discount double check today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Visit Brandy Warmbier State Farm Insurance Office, located off Singletree and Flying Cloud Drive, online at brandywarmbier.com. Stay current on what's going on in your local community. The Sun Current is a local community newspaper that serves several communities in the Southwest Metro, including Eden Prairie, Edina, and Bloomington. The Sun Current will keep you up to date with the latest comings and goings on your school board, city council, arts and entertainment, and community events. And make sure you check out their in-depth high school sports coverage featuring weekly articles on Eden Prairie, Edina, Jefferson, and Kennedy. From football and hockey to tennis and swimming, the Sun Current has your favorite team covered. Keep it local and visit the Sun Current website at current.mnsun.com.
Starters on the ice for both teams as we get set to drop the puck on this Tuesday evening from Eden Prairie. It's Bloomington Jefferson and Eden Prairie tangling, and an early season tilt that probably have some rankings implications. Eden Prairie comes in ranked on the latest poll, I believe 5th in Class AA. Bloomington Jefferson was ranked 20th. Now they beat a Tonka team that was ranked ahead of them, so depending on who wins this evening, the new polls do come out tomorrow, the Let's Play Hockey polls. You'd have to think the winner of this game would definitely be ranked in the top 10, if not the top 5 in Class AA.
Oh, definitely. I would say top 5 for sure for either of these squads. Jefferson, even if they were to lose this game, I would think they would move up, as I think in the rankings they were down around the 20th spot. So both these teams off to good starts and should move up in the rankings.
Jags take the opening face-off. This is Panvika. He sends it into the corner. Snuggerud after it for Eden Prairie. Snuggerud has it along the near boards. Now up ahead, here come the Eagles into the neutral zone. This is Keeley. Keeley chips it in, chases after his own. And Jefferson clears it up ahead easily out of the zone as two Eagles collide. Puck knocked all the way down, and the Jags will change. Snuggerud flips it ahead all the way into the zone. It's tipped ahead, just a little bit out of the reach of Colton Schmidt. Jefferson gets it out of the zone back to mid-ice.
That tells a feeling out process here early in this game. Both teams not really establishing any pressure quite yet, getting their forecheck going.
This is Graff for Bloomington Jefferson. Knocked along the boards, tipped in. It's going to go all the way for an icing. A little bit too far out of the stick reach of one of the Jefferson players. The faceoff will come into the Jags zone. Bloomington Jefferson, coached by Jeff Lindquist. He's in his 12th season at the helm in Bloomington. Of course, Eden Prairie's head coach Lee Smith. Face-off, won by Panvika. He flips it out up ahead to a streaking Miles. Miles one-on-one with the defender for Eden Prairie. Nice poke check into the corner by the Eagles.
Eden Prairie for their lines today got those from Lee Smith this afternoon. Pretty similar to what they've had all season. The only change is that they have Harry Pager playing up on the second line in place of Jason Nieder, who had a goal in Eden Prairie's victory over Rosemount.
This is Clays. Clays had 2 goals on Saturday afternoon in the win over Lakeville South. He still has the possession and now sends it into the corner, and he's taken down on a solid body check by the Jags. Up ahead, 2-on-3. Comes Jefferson. Into the corner is Ansel. And Eden Prairie does a nice job bumping off the players off the puck. And It'll trickle down into the Jefferson zone. Just over 2 minutes gone by. No score from Eden Prairie. Panvika has it. He's taken off the puck with a hard check that time by Jack Keeley. Shu sends it in front, blocked by a Jefferson defender. Out of it comes Roble. Roble flips it out of the boards, and it's controlled by Shu. He puts it on the tape of Keeley. Keeley brings it up the near side, loses his footing. This is Snuggerud at the point. Sends it on net. It's covered up by Martins. Faceoff will come to his left side in the circle. 14 minutes even, and we're still scoreless.
Well, not quite the same start that Eden Prairie had against Lakeville South, where they scored 3 goals in the first 3 minutes. They were red hot in terms of their shooting. Very accurate shots, putting on all sorts of pressure. We'll have to see if they can get something going. Jefferson so far doing a nice job limiting Eden Prairie's chances, not giving them any grade A chances. On the other hand, Jaguars have to get something going in terms of a forecheck. Haven't gotten one established yet.
Sent down ice, chipped in that time by Sizik of Jefferson. He has the puck. Leaves it off for one of his teammates, and now it's taken away by the Eagles. Graham brings it to the blue line, not in, and so he has to retreat from the zone. A couple players battling for the puck on the far side. That's Artsinger, who finally wins the battle and steers it into the corner.
And Jefferson doing a good job keeping everything along the rail here early in this game, not giving Eden Prairie much out at center.
Snuggerud sends it, stick save made by Martins. He covers. And a little traffic in front of the net. Yeah, I was going to say they're not doing a lot offensively to set up anything as far as a forecheck or even, any sort of an offensive set. But defensively, they have done a nice job keeping everybody on the perimeter of the rink and really making those tough angle shots. And Martins had to make 2 easy saves here in the early going.
And Martins has put up phenomenal numbers this season, and Snuggerud fighting that shot from the blue line. Going to be awfully tough to beat a goaltender like Martins from the blue line. But hey, if you're Eden Prairie, maybe you got to try to create some rebounds out in front, as Jefferson's giving you nothing in the slot right now.
Panvika and Parrish in the corner. This is Niederer. Niederer to the point. Snuggerud shot deflected, taken by Panvika. 2-on-2 as Eden Prairie gets back nicely. Panvika brings it in. It's tipped away. Senior captain versus captain on that exchange between Snuggerud and Panvika. Poor pass out to the point. Jefferson's going to have to get back on side. Niederer over to Shu. Shu at center ice now brings it into the zone, and they're going to be offsides. Clay's in just before his defenseman Shu could bring it across the blue line.
Interesting to see how Eden Prairie decides to use Jason Niederer in this game. Earlier talking about how he's not on that second line tonight. He's kind of that floater, I guess is what you would call, who could go to all 3 lines if he needs be. And that's kind of the role that Harry Pager was filling the first 3 games. Now it's Niederer in that role.
Jefferson dumps it in, but Eden Prairie once again takes it away without too much effort. Aguilar sends it in. A lot more speed on the Jefferson defense than there was on the Lakeville South defense. You can already see it in the early going. A lot more.
Yeah, I've seen all 3 Eden Prairie games so far this season, and Jefferson definitely the best skating team by far. That was really how Eden Prairie was able to overwhelm their first 3 opponents. Osseo, Rosemount, and Lakeville South. Just their pure speed, but Jefferson staying with them, and that's no surprise. Guys on the west side of Bloomington have always had a powerhouse program, and so far they got to like the way they're playing.
Dumped in by Eden Prairie. They change after the spinner. Spinner with a huge check on a Jefferson player. D skating him into the ice. Snuggerud controls, breaks it out to Spinner. Spinner brings it up 1-on-3. We'll take a shot. It's wide. Taken by Roble. Roble of Jefferson. It's held in at the line by Snuggerud. This is Sizik. Sizik gets it ahead to Ansel. Ansel will dump it in, and the Jags will change. 10:40 to go, first period. No score between Jefferson and Eden Prairie. Snugger, nice job bringing it in. The pass off the tape, however, and the Jags come back the other way. Possible 3-on-2, but a couple Eden Prairie forwards do a nice job getting back. And the puck is taken away by Shue. Jack Sullivan brings it across the line, dumps it in. Mertens plays it with the stick. And Jefferson tries to get it out, but it's sent back in by Eden Prairie.
Again, just look at the Jefferson defense. Everyone right around Martins, nothing getting through. Even that shot went wide. Saw a block a second ago, and that's going to be the Jaguars' strategy. Try to block some shots, maybe get something in transition. Really like the way they're playing so far.
Charlie Strauss sends it up ahead. Jefferson not doing a good job on their breakout passes either. They're really been neutralized at mid-ice.
That's
pretty much the whole period.
Yeah.
This is a turnover and a save made off the face mask of Martins. That one shot came from, I believe, Niederer or Clays.
Yeah, that was Niederer who fired that shot. That's one of the rare times we've seen Jefferson turn the puck over in their own zone. Just a bad clearing attempt there by Martins, and Niederer trying to go high glove side. Couldn't beat Martins on that one.
Unofficially, the fourth save of the first half of this first period for Martins. I don't believe the Jags have a shot on net. Here's Spinner with an attempt. That's stopped by Martins. And Eden Prairie holds it in the zone, keeps the pressure on once again. Schmidt against the boards. He's fighting with Redepenning. Spinner, and this is Redepenning, who gets it out of the zone. And Prairie flips it back down the ice. Played by Roble. Roble now sent over the head of Martins by Mark Sullivan. And puck comes out to Sullivan again. He sends it down. Roble plays it with a glove as both teams change on the fly. Spinner.
I'm going to say, Adam, I think you're right. I don't believe Jefferson has registered a shot on goal yet. And you were talking about how they're struggling with their breakout game. One of the reasons why I was saying they got to get something going, maybe with a shot block in transition or forcing an Eden Prairie turnover. Because as you said, even on that attempt, too far on that pass, they got to get something going in transition when they get the puck in their own zone. So far, that game has not been working for them.
Snuggerud turns it over. There's a shot on goal deflected by Gertis. Snuggerud brings it ahead. On the near boards, this is Graham. Graham steered off nicely by the Jefferson defense. Flipped to center ice, but not out. Turned over, shot wide, that time off the stick of Jack Sullivan. And the puck steered down. This will be an icing call, much needed ice. Actually, that time, as the Eagles have been in the Jag zone this whole first period, but nothing to show for it. We're still tied at 0.
Well, Eden Prairie started to get some better chances offensively, but Jefferson still holding steady defensively, and that was a good icing that they did on that one. Of course, different than the pros or the college game where you can't make a change on an icing call. Get tired, ice the puck, get some different players on
Shot
the ice.
up near the face of Martins. That one got through. Spinner was there, but it trickled wide of the crease. There's the point. This shot is wide from Sullivan, and Jefferson takes it out 2-on-3. Panvika has it, crosses the blue line. He's bumped off nicely by Sullivan.
That's what you're looking for if you're Jefferson. Panvika, he's their leading scorer and was one of their leaders last season offensively.
Here he is, shot nearly went in. Nice pad save that time by Gertis. Here's another attempt, deflected. I don't know if it ever reached the goaltender. Puck still fluttering around near the crease. Finally taken by Eden Prairie. And they come back the other way. Shot on net. And the Jags send it down, and they'll change all 5 here. 6:50 to go, first period. That's the Eagles having trouble getting the breakout. Jefferson controls it in the neutral zone. Fighting after at that time is 22, Frankie Moore. So down there is Redepenning. Moore now has it. He's taken down, no call. Back out to the point and send in that time by Rickheim. And then this time Eden Prairie does get it out. Rickheim takes it again for Jefferson. A couple turnovers in the neutral zone. Eden Prairie has it once again. Clays chips it in. Niederer after it. Nice job by Niederer that time, getting possession of the puck. He has it all by himself. Leaves it for one of the Eagles who was tied up with the Jag defender. The Eagles once again carried in. Centering attempt is stopped by Jefferson. In the corner, this is Artsinger. Artsinger now. Snuggerud at the point. Snuggerud to Shu. Shu goes low. 5-hole save made. Rebound covered up nicely. So Mertens standing tall in net once again. I think they've got now 8, shots on net to just 2 for Bloomington Jefferson. But Mertens really John in the spot. The only couple chances really were tough saves for him. A lot of them, like you said, were coming out from either short angles or from the blue line, which good goaltender is going to stop that pretty much every time.
Mm-hmm. And he's almost always has a defenseman right in front of him ready to block that shot, just like on that last attempt. Jefferson doing a good job with their puck awareness in their own defensive zone, not giving Eden Prairie many open lanes.
Artsinger in the corner. Snuggerud now at the point. He sends it wide of the net. After it for the Jags, Sizek up ahead. This is Johnson. Johnson leaves it for Van Beek, who has a centering pass. Nearly a one-timer in the net. Shot by Nolan Miles was just wide.
That's the dangerous part for Bloomington Jefferson. When you can get something in transition with that first line led by Van Beek, you can create offense.
Miles again, he's coming in. Breakaway, backhand, he shoots, he scores! Nice pass, I believe it was Panvika here at the opposite blue line. Sent it ahead to Miles. And on just the third shot, I believe, on net. Bloomington Jefferson takes a 1-0 lead. Let's see if we can get that replay.
Turnover at the blue line by Eden Prairie creates the chance, and what vision there. I think it was Panvika sending that pass ahead, and going backhand was the Jefferson shooter. That gives them a 1-0 lead. Talking about Jefferson has to capitalize on some kind of block shot in the Eden Prairie or in their own zone, or maybe a turnover. That time they were able to get a turnover at the blue line by Eden Prairie. Kind of a bouncing puck that the Eagles couldn't hold in. Jaguars make them pay and take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, 2 times in a row, that same possession, 2 breakouts. One, a pretty play where it went bang, bang, bang. Miles just missed the redirection of a centering attempt. And then that time, Panvika sets him up perfectly. He outskates the 2 Eden Prairie defenders trying to get back. Goes down low to beat Gertis. And the Jags have a 1-0 advantage.
That's another good point. That was really good speed shown off there by Bloomington Jefferson on that play. You don't often see players get behind the Eden Prairie defense like that.
Spinner sends it in for Eden Prairie. Jags defense right there. Spinner now gets it in the far corner. He leaves it for Schmidt. Excuse me, that's Keeley. And Jefferson putting the pressure on. This is Ryan Graff, a sophomore, chasing after it into the Eagles zone. He's our lead by Kyle Wettendorf. Battling Aguilar down in the corner. Spinner sends it behind his own net. And Graham to the blue line, but not out. Now Mark Sullivan showing some legs here. And he brings it all the way across ice. He takes it himself. Centering pass shot. Nearly redirected, but went over the head of Martins. There's a tip, and Bloomington Jefferson will change. Snuggerud flying up the ice. He brings it all the way in and has it poked off of his stick that time by a Jefferson defender. Nice play that time by Charlie Strauss. Back into the zone is Clays. Clays centers it. Nobody home for Eden Prairie. Dumped into the corner after it was Niederer. And Panvika takes it to center ice and drops it back off for Johnson. Johnson back the other way comes Eden Prairie. Clays, his shot deflected. And Eden Prairie fighting in the corner. That's Niederer and Parrish. Shot on goal. Save made that time. A stick save by Martins. 2:31 to play. If you're just joining us, the 12-11 mark of this period, it was Bloomington Jefferson senior Nolan Miles getting on the board with an assist by Johnny Panvika. Once again at the 12-11 mark, and that's why it's 1-0 Bloomington Jefferson. Art Singer wins the faceoff. He sends it back to the point. And now Art Singer has it once again, leaves it back for Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan fans on a centering attempt. It's played off the boards that time, but not out. Moe after it for the Jags. This is Rickheim. Now Jefferson breaks it out to center ice. Pass off the stick of Graff. And Eden Prairie controls once again as we tick down under 2 minutes to go. First period. Martins takes a fluttering shot from the red line. You know, you're seeing it. It really hasn't changed most of the period. Those two attempts that Jefferson's got really has been their only attempts on a breakout all period, Brett.
Yeah, this is kind of the game Jefferson likes to play. And they're not going to heavily outshoot you, even though they beat Minnetonka 3-0. Skippers actually outshot the Jaguars in that game 32-31. So this is definitely their type of game, playing good defense and forcing turnovers, blocking shots, seeing if you can get something in transition, which they have.
Panvika in the corner. He sends it to Miles, who nearly puts it on net, but a nice play by Eden Prairie defender right in front of Gertis. Spinner leaves it back. Gets it back now. Shot, save made. Not sure Spinner quite got what he wanted to on that scoring attempt, but Martin's right there again at the doorstep.
Yeah, you said it. You got to take advantage for your Eden Prairie. One of the few times you're going to get an odd man rush against Bloomington Jefferson. Spinner, a give and go with Michael Graham, and as you said, Spinner didn't really get that cleanly on his stick and didn't get the type of shot that he really wanted on that one.
Hard slap shot off the shin pad of one of the defenders of Bloomington Jefferson. That came by way of Snuggerud's left-handed stick. You hear that one all the way up here. And the puck played off the boards and trickles in front of the senior goaltender Martins. He covers. 49.5 seconds to play. Still 1-0 Bloomington Jefferson. I find myself thinking Jacksonville. I apologize, folks, if I slip up one of these times.
Well, they might be the London Jaguars if you're thinking of them. Hopefully not.
Shu has it. He sends a shot that's blocked once again.
Interesting to see how many block shots Bloomington Jefferson has. We're just a two-man crew, so we can't keep track of that. But, boy, doing a great job defensively, clogging up that middle, just as you saw right there.
Spinner and Snuggerud play give and go. Now Spinner has it taken away from him. Didn't see if it got deflected. It did not. It'll be an icing. Face-off upcoming once again in the Jag defensive zone. Yeah, block shots and really an efficient offense. They only have 3 shots on goal, and they've scored on one of them, whereas Eden Prairie up into double digits, I would just assume right now. Martins has been there on pretty much every single one of them. Face-off. Jefferson wins the face-off. Snuggerud into the boards with Miles. Rickheim sends it around to Strauss. And it's sent out. 6 seconds to play. We'll see if Jags get one more rush. Shot. Save steered into the corner by Gertis. Panvika after it. And that horn means the end of the opening 17 minutes of play. So after one period from the Eden Prairie Community Center in this matchup of unbeatens, it's the visiting Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars 1, the host Eden Prairie Eagles 0. We're back with scores and highlights in 2 minutes. You're watching high school hockey on PSB. Zamboni resurfacing the ice as we're back live here at the Eden Prairie Community Center. Your score after one period of play: Bloomington Jefferson 1, Eden Prairie nothing. The only goal, the only highlight of the first period is there were no penalties, really some decent saves, but nothing outstanding from either side. The only goal comes by way of the senior forward for the Jags, Nolan Miles. He scored at the 12-11 mark late in the first period. The assist from Johnny Panvica, so Panvica notching his 8th point of the year, his 6th assist. Miles' 3rd goal of the season. He now moves into 2nd place behind teammate Tyler Johnson, who has 5 for the Jags. That is our only score of the first period. Eden Prairie out shooting Jefferson by our tally 11-3, but really the Jags getting 2 good chances on breakouts in that period, and they convert on one of them, whereas Eden Prairie, a couple good shots, but nothing too spectacular, and a couple saves Mertens made, and he's covered up on rebounds, so really a nice defensive job, and as Brett said during that first period, a lot of block shots as well by the Jags.
Yeah, definitely. Bloomington Jefferson playing a great game defensively, and as we were kind of talking during the break, if they could just get their outlet passes working a little bit more, they could really have something going in terms of trying to open this game up. That's been about the only thing they've done wrong in this game. They've just been very sloppy on their breakout passes, but defensively got to be thrilled with the way they're playing, and if you're Eden Prairie, got to be a little bit more creative offensively, maybe try to get something going in transition. They had a couple of chances at the end of the period. We had a give and go between Steven Spinner and Michael Graham. Beautiful pass to Steven Spinner down low, just didn't get the kind of shot that he wanted. That was probably Eden Prairie's best chance, but got to be a little more creative if you're Eden Prairie, maybe be a little more physical, try to get some bodies in front of the net. It's the type of game where you're not going to get a very pretty goal, I don't think, against Bloomington Jefferson. You're really going to have to get those garbage goals, get some bodies down deep, maybe try to get a bounce.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Lindquist from Bloomington Jefferson, you have to be pleased with being outshot by 8, really being outplayed a lot of the game in your defensive end, but finding yourself up by a goal after the first period of play. Some out-of-town scores to get to before we take another break and get back to second period action. A big one up in northern Minnesota. Roseau, who had fell to Grand Rapids over the weekend, they come out and they lead 3-0 right now over the Moorhead Spuds. That game into the third period. So, a battle of, I think, Section 8 or whatever it is up there. Roseau, Moorhead, those two teams traditionally come out of that northwest part of the state. And right now the Rams, up 3-0, look like they're going to take this early season tilt from the Spuds. Buffalo, a team I saw a couple weeks ago at the Bloomington Ice Gardens, defeat Kennedy 4-2 in a well-played game. The Bison lead Princeton after one period, 3-0 out in Buffalo. Owatonna leads 1-0 over Shakopee in a non-conference matchup. Kennedy, team I just spoke about who fell to Buffalo, they found themselves down 1-0 to Chanhassen at the Bloomington Ice Gardens. That game early in the first, and finally Lakeville North, the Panthers lead Apple Valley by a score of 2-1. That game also late in the first period of play. So we'll take another couple-minute break. Zamboni winding up. Team should be back out in a couple minutes, and then we'll get second period action. Once again, your score: Bloomington Jefferson 1, Eden Prairie nothing. Back in a couple minutes for more high school hockey on PSB. Welcome back to Eden Prairie. Both Jefferson and Eden Prairie taking the ice, getting a quick skate in before the puck drops in this second period. I know a couple holiday tournaments coming up that we're going to be covering, one particular in Edina, so definitely check psbmn.com for our schedule both later this week and then next week when a couple of those tournaments commence. So we'll see in the second period what teams come out to play. If it's more of the style in the first period, you have to expect Jefferson's going to be thrilled with that, playing their tempo. But if it becomes more of an up and down game, Eden Prairie, with some of their playmakers, definitely has the advantage. So we'll see. But entertaining hockey in that first 17 minutes of play here from Eden Prairie.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say a very entertaining game so far. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments both of these teams made in the locker room to see if Eden Prairie maybe changes their offensive strategy. Coach Lindquist talked to his guys about being a little bit more crisp in their transition game. We'll have to see what kind of adjustments both of these teams make, because this game definitely has some ramifications, even though it's early season, and definitely affect your standings coming up in the sections, and who knows, maybe even state tournament. I'd like to also pass along. I had a few people message us saying they're having a little trouble viewing the game. I know our encoder is having some issues with Max, so if you can get to a PC, try that for viewing the game. Otherwise, I did just post another link on our website. That's a direct feed of the game that you can try as well, so hopefully that helps out. Otherwise, shoot us an email by clicking that email the broadcaster booth link.
Teams will restart after puck goes into the Eden Prairie net. It's Spinner, Panvika, two captains at center ice. And Spinner wins the draw for his Eagles. Puck sent down. Martin's out of the net. Now back into it. Spinner has it. Sends it to the point. This is Shu. Shu has a shot blocked. Another block by Jefferson. That time Johnson blocked it into the concrete wall on the far side, and there'll be a face-off to the right of Martins.
Now covering Eden Prairie hockey last season, this game really reminds me of a game they had last year, an early season matchup against a ranked team in Burnsville. Very similar game where Burnsville played a very defensive style. It really frustrated Eden Prairie. Burnsville ended up winning that game 5-2, and it seemed like after that game, Eden Prairie wasn't the same for the next few weeks. It really seemed to get them in a funk, so this is a big test here for the Eagles.
Puck played up ahead for Graff. Graff, the sophomore, puts a shot on net as he takes a body check from Snuggerud. Gertis easily saves and ends up covering up.
Our broadcast today is brought to you by Brandy Warmbier, State Farm Insurance Agent Office in Eden Prairie. Also very accessible if you're listening in from Bloomington, Jefferson. On the west side of Bloomington, she's online, brandywarmbeer.com, a local connection at a lower cost, brandywarmbeer.com at State Farm.
Puck sent around, big check delivered by Bloomington Jefferson that time. And out ahead to center ice is Mark Sullivan. Mark Sullivan has it, he sends it into the far corner. Puck goes all the way around the boards. And at the point was Aguilar playing it for the Eagles. This is Sullivan. Behind the net for Jack Sullivan. Mark Sullivan now has it. This is Graham out of it. He sends a shot. Blocker save made. And it's going to be a player into the net. And that's Jack Sullivan. And he will go for, I assume, interference into the goaltender.
Some Jefferson fans wanted a penalty on that one. I think a good no call. Let the guys play.
Oh, wait, they called it on.
Going to call it. Okay, that was not a big hit, but I guess any contact with the goaltender is technically a penalty.
They called it on the goalie, I think, though.
Oh, they did? Wow. What? Wow, that has me baffled.
All right, so penalty will be served by number 18.
Wow.
2 minutes for interference.
Boy, loose in front. Looks like Eden Prairie gets on the scoreboard.
Just like that, right off the man advantage. I didn't see who got the goal. But it's 1-1, 9 seconds into the man advantage.
Boy, that was quick for Eden Prairie. Let's try to grab it here on the replay. Gabriel scrambling to write that down on our score sheets. Yeah, it looks like a shot in front and a rebound given up. A rare rebound that Jefferson's given up in this game, and it comes back to cost him as Eden Prairie's able to hit it home. Tie this game up at 1, and that's what we were talking about. Eden Prairie needs to try to get on the scoreboard. Something ugly. Wasn't a pretty goal hitting in that rebound, but it works, and we got ourselves a tie hockey game.
We're going to give it to Artsinger.
What a start for Riley Artsinger. I believe
Parrish and Spinner on the assist at a minute.
Yeah, that was Parrish who fired that shot. Apparently Spinner was down there down low, getting a stick on that one as he gets credit with the assist. But for Riley Artsinger, guy who didn't even start last season on the varsity roster, has come up big for Eden Prairie. I believe he has points in all 4 games so far this season. That's a guy who didn't score a goal last season for the Eagles.
And this is Artsinger once again walking in near the net. It's poked away. And Jefferson brings it back the other way. 2-on-3, now 2-on-4, as Sizek is brought into the corner by Snuggerud. Artsinger back the other way, 2-on-2. He makes a nice move, now goes, save made. Rebound is still loose. And Jefferson doesn't get it out of the zone, however. The first couple minutes have been more up-tempo here in the second period as Jefferson back the other way. They're onside. Dumped in by Ansel. Taken by Shu. Shu out ahead to Jack Clays. He loses the handle on the puck and gets it over to Snuggerud. Snuggerud passed too far over the stick of Pager. Pager chases after it. Nearly gets possession. Wraparound attempt. Blocked by Martins. Puck now out. And all the way down, this is Redepenning into the corner. And back the other way comes Niederer. Niederer dumps it in. Both teams stay on the ice. And out ahead of the pack, Jefferson, this is Panvika. Puck tipped up into the net. Faceoff will come in the neutral zone. 1-1, 13-11 to go here. Second period, a lot more up-tempo, which favors Eden Prairie in the second period.
Yeah, that's why they've tied the game up already at 1. And yeah, a lot more speed being shown by Eden Prairie here in the second period.
Panvika takes a faceoff from Spinner. Played around the boards to Miles. Miles now sends it in on net. And it's gloved and dropped by Gertis. Strauss sends it into the near corner now as Panvika gives chase. Along with Miles. Out of the pack is Spinner. He's ridden off the puck by Johnson. Spinner still has it, however. Centering pass. Fanned on, however. That was Colton Schmidt. What a play by Spinner to make something out of nothing, but Schmidt just fanned on his Spinnerama attempt.
Yeah, Schmidt didn't get that puck cleanly, had it at a kind of a weird angle and wasn't able to get a lot of mustard on that shot. Going the other way, Jefferson fans want a penalty on that one. Can't blame them. There was some contact there in the open ice, but play continues.
Snuggerud as the Jags change. Pass offline. Comes all the way back to A.J. Roble of Jefferson. That time he's tried to attempt to shoot it off the boards. It went up into the Eden Prairie bench. And a faceoff will come to the right of Martins. 1-1 our score between two unbeaten teams in Eden Prairie and Bloomington Jefferson.
Yeah, this game can also be seen if you're watching in Bloomington on BEC TV, channel 96, the cable channel. So check it out if you want to watch it on the big screen. BEC TV, channel 96 if you're watching us from Bloomington. Also available on that feed.
Aguilar has it for Eden Prairie. He sends it up ahead to the stick of Artsinger. Artsinger has the goal tonight for the Eagles. This pass goes over to Michael Graham. And Graham comes out of the corner with it for the Eagles. This is Sullivan now to Artsinger. He's in the corner. We'll chase after it once again, and a couple Jefferson players now do get it out to center ice. Oh, it's now taken away. It could be a potential odd man rush. Nice pass up ahead. This save, checking the name out there. That was Ryan Graff, who didn't get the shot off. And then the centering pass was just out of the reach of Redepenning.
What a creative little play there by Graff after he got tied up by Brady Shue. The awareness still to throw that out in front and almost had a teammate there on a backdoor chance. Good job by Jefferson. Let's see if we can grab the tail end of that here on replay. See Graff get tied up. Look at him go to his backhand. Nearly hit his teammate there on the back door, number 8. Good creative play by Graff to make something out of nothing after he got tied up. And it looks like Jefferson's going to go get another penalty, so another EP power play coming up. I don't know what the call was. I missed it as I was looking down, but I don't know if you saw that one, Adam.
It'll be Frankie Moore, the forward, will be sent to the box. They were talking in front of the bench when the whistle blew. We'll see if we can get the official call as Jefferson wins the faceoff. Too many men on the ice it was. I was going to say they were talking to the bench, and that's exactly what it was as Panvika comes out of it. 2-on-2. This is Johnson. Johnson brings it in. He holds the puck now. Sent to the point. Fanned on. This could be 2-on-1. Up ahead, it's Graham. Graham walks in. Shot. Blocker save made. Rebound. Not controlled, but then trickles back to Martins. And there'll be a face-off in the Eden Prairie zone. So a dangerous pass from Johnson out to the point for Rickheim, and he couldn't handle it. A bouncing puck over his stick. 2-on-1. Graham stopped by the blocker of Martins.
Yeah, Eden Prairie's creating some chances here on the power play, and if you're Bloomington, Jefferson cannot like these 2 penalties. You get one called on the goaltender and then one for too many men on the ice.
The goaltender one, I'm still not sure what they called on it. The player for Eden Prairie had skated into the goalie, and the goalie was essentially protecting himself, putting his blocker out.
The only thing I could think of is maybe he pushed back or something, but I'm with you. I didn't see too much. I would have been okay letting that go away completely.
Now the clock's running.
Well, yeah, originally they didn't have the power play time running a second ago, as there was only 1:53 going. They let the clock run to try to get it to the correct time, and obviously, as you can hear in the background, Jefferson fans thought a little more time should have run off that clock. And I have my very unofficial
shot, save, but the rebound is banged home by Michael Graham. 2 power plays, 2 goals for the Eagles. And just like that, not even 7 minutes into the second period, Eden Prairie now leads 2-0. So 2-1. Another power play goal. This one off the stick of Graham. Assist will go to number 4, Luke Snuggerud. At the 6-minute, 36-second mark. Assist by Snuggerud. And it's 2-1. Eagles with their first lead of the evening.
And that one came off of another rebound giving up by Martins. And boy, those penalties are coming back to hurt Bloomington Jefferson on some very unconventional penalty calls. And just before that goal was scored, I was going to say I actually had to agree with the Bloomington fans. My clock is unofficial, but I had about 14 more seconds that should have been run off the clock. But sometimes if the clock doesn't run for the official scorekeeper, you can't really blame the officials. I mean, they don't have a watch themselves. You just have to estimate that.
Bouncing puck in front of Martins. Net off its moorings. Boy, and I will say, the man making everything happen right now for Eden Prairie is Luke Snuggerud. He delivered the shot that gave up the big rebound that then was sent into the net by Graham. That time he sends it in front. Martins makes the save, but gives up another rebound, and it nearly was a 2-goal advantage.
Well, talking about Luke Snuggerud, I'm not sure if he was trying to bank that off Martins on purpose. It didn't really look like that was a shot that he was trying to score on. He was trying to bank it off the pad, and that's exactly what he got. I mean, I don't know for sure if he was trying to bank it off the pad, but Wouldn't be surprised if that was intentional. He's that good of a player with that good of vision. And a good job to create that scoring chance for Eden Prairie to capitalize.
Jefferson finally gets it out of their zone. It seemed like an eternity. We're watching on the end to our right on the screen. As the Eagles come back the other way, Snuggerud has it again. He's really been a one-man show in this period. Centering pass poked away by Martins in the crease. Snuggerud has it again. He sends it to Shu. Shu from the point. Shot, save made. Rebound tapped out and to center ice as the Eagles recharge.
Snuggerud, even as he's falling to the ice, was still able to get that pass to a teammate, Brady Shu, who fired on that net and nearly created another rebound goal for Eden Prairie. As you said, Snuggerud, the man here in the second period for Eden Prairie.
This is Johnson after it. He centers it to nobody in particular as Miles was streaking, but it was out of his reach. Martin sends it to center. Miles unable to tap it into the Eden Prairie zone, and the puck and the faceoff will come all the way back to our right into the Jefferson zone.
Our game today is also brought to you by the Tavern on 4 and 5. Great food over at the Tavern. Whether you're getting yourself a burger, also great beverages at the Tavern on 4 and 5, and they'll also be showing lots of Eden Prairie boys hockey games up on the big screen. They'll be taking our feed and putting it up on the screen, so check it out at the Tavern on 4 and 5, located right by Eden Prairie High School.
Panvika tries to get it out. It's not out. This is deflected off of a Jefferson defenseman. Puck still held in. That time Aguilar keeps it in the offensive zone for Eden Prairie. Panvika now to Johnson. And he gets it ahead to Miles. Miles fans on a pass. Eden Prairie takes it back. Aguilar leaving his way in. Now drops it off for Mark Sullivan. His shot is high.
Mark Sullivan, great skating ability there, weaving his way around a couple of players and finding a lane, firing a shot, just went a little high.
Graham now to Snuggerud. He sends it on net. Save made into the body of Martins. A lot crisper passing this period for Eden Prairie, and that's why they've netted 2 goals to take the 2-1 lead here. 8:02 to play in the middle period.
And that speed is kind of taking a toll on Bloomington Jefferson as well. They're not quite as sharp in terms of blocking shots and getting in those passing lanes. That also helps Eden Prairie be a little more crisp offensively as well. It's tough to play good defense when you give up 2 goals. It's all about willpower, and sometimes you give up a couple of goals. It's tough to keep up that intensity.
Spinner on the far side, now brings it back to the middle of the ice, drops it off, and it's taken away, but Keeley attempts a shot, doesn't get to the goaltender.
Good awareness there by Keeley to almost capitalize on a broken play. That one wasn't intended for him, but found a loose puck that was able to fire. A good save made by Martin.
Spinner has the puck, spins around, shot up over the glove of Martins, just high. Big hit delivered that time by Charlie Lawrence. And they're going to call a penalty. It's going to be interference.
Yeah, that, or maybe they're saying he got a running start on that one too, but I would probably side with the interference call.
Lawrence takes the first penalty of the day for Eden Prairie. Both teams coming in actually highly penalized. 46 penalty minutes in 4 games for Jefferson, 30 in 3 games for the Eagles. So that first period probably the anomaly, as it's a 2-minute interference call on Charlie Lawrence. Jefferson goes on the man advantage, looking to tie this game. Panvika to Strauss. Strauss in the corner for Panvika. He's ridden into the boards hard that time by Snuggerud, and out of it comes Artsinger. Artsinger's hip checked by Roble, and Jefferson will gear up on their power play here about 30 seconds in, and Miles that time, about the 3rd time this period, Miles has had trouble with stick handling at center ice. He turns it over. Jefferson, almost a minute into the power play, has not been able to mount any shots on goal. Here's a shot deflected on net by Panvika. Johnson diving after it. It's played to the point. Now Roble. Roble sets up the power play. He sends it high on Gertis. Gertis makes the glove save. Face-off comes to the left on the screen. 56 seconds to go on the 2-minute penalty to Lawrence.
The trouble there for Bloomington Jefferson. Had trouble getting it into that Eden Prairie zone, and that cost them half the power play, already down to 56 seconds.
It'll be Panvika and Spinner, the captains, matching up once again for the faceoff. And the Jag senior wins it. Miles. Back to Strauss. Strauss to Roble. Roble back to Strauss at the right point. He sends a shot low to the 5-hole. It's up high now. And off comes the helmet of Gertis. As the puck did get up into the neck area of Gertis before he covered it. So a couple sticks came up high. Shouldn't be any penalties called. And just quick hard play.
For the puck. Yeah, exactly. Good job by the officials letting that go.
And once again, the captains will match up in the face-off to the left of Gertis. And second time Earl Panvika wins it. Miles sends it. A bad pass out of the zone. And Jefferson's forced to retreat. Spinner on the forecheck. Well, Jefferson's having a tough time getting their handle on the puck in the second period. Panvika.
And similar to that first period where, at least for the beginning part of the period, they had trouble breaking out of their own zone. That problem starting to bite them again, as it's really cost them on the power play. They only got about, maybe 40 seconds of real offensive possession on that power play. Spent way too much time in the neutral zone trying to establish themselves.
Yeah, 2 shots on goal, but neither really threatened to go in the net past Gertis. 5 minutes up until our second intermission. 2-1 Eden Prairie after killing the penalty. There's a puck sent all around, held in at the line. Set back down red depending after it for the Jags. He has in the corner, centers, tipped away by the Eagles. This is Ansel. Ansel against Clays in the corner. Now sent in front of the net. It's up in the air, tipped over the goal. And Jack Clays comes out of it for the Eagles. He sends it in. Martins blocks it into the corner. Ansel has it, and the pass is missed. Snuggerud skates after it in front of his netminder. And Snuggerud has it at center ice. 3-on-2, but all 3 guys on this side of the ice. Shot blocked. That was Niederer. And Snuggerud somehow finding the puck once again. He's on the far side. Sends it across. Nobody home. Ansel after it. He sends it to the line. It's out. And the puck turned over, and actually it's tipped all the way around as Eden Prairie failed to keep it in the zone. Aguilar after it. Over to Shoe behind his net. Artsinger breaks it out alongside Graham. Graham on the far side. He brings it in, centers it. Puck is loose. Now Martins doesn't cover it. But I think the net came off the posts. And it did. Face off to the left, to the right of the senior, Grant Martins. Don't have a shot count here in the second period, but obviously Eden Prairie is tilted heavily towards them. I think Jefferson right now, by my count, has 4 shots on goal in the second. Eden Prairie probably up close to that double-digit mark again, considering they've had 2 power plays and numerous scoring chances.
I have another quick note to pass along. The Susan Kiley emailed us. She's the mother, I believe, of former Eden Prairie goaltender Jake Kiley. She was saying if anyone's having trouble watching on Mac, she said try it on Firefox. She was saying she was having luck with that, so hopefully that'll troubleshoot any issues you might be having watching on a Mac. And thanks, Susan, for tuning in. Hopefully Jake's doing well. He split time with Jake Gertis last season as the kind of 1A and 1B goaltenders for Eden Prairie.
Panvika brings it across the ice onside. He centers through the crease. Nobody there for the Jags. Johnson takes it away. Panvika right in front of the net. He's got a chance. Nice poke check away by Jake Gertis. Golden opportunity that time for Panvika.
Jake Gertis deciding to play defense. I don't think he wanted to go one-on-one with Panvika. Decided, hey, we'll try to poke this away rather than go one-on-one. Worked out for him.
Shot blocked. Out Artsinger sends it down as the Eagles are changing. Approaching the 2-minute mark in the second period. 2-1 our score. Eden Prairie netting 2 goals this period to take the lead. Sweeney sends it in. Gertis plays it behind his net. And Snuggerud sets up for Eden Prairie. Pass up ahead on the far side. Puck brought in, now circled. Centered in front. That was Colton Schmidt camped out. Nice show of strength that time. He got his stick on the puck. Martin's Johnny on the spot. Face-up upcoming. 1:46 to play in the second period.
Well, coming up between periods, we'll have some more scores to pass along to you. And boy, I was looking at the slate of games tonight. Kind of feels like a state tournament preview. A lot of great matchups. St. Thomas Academy against Minnetonka. Roseau, I believe, is playing Moorhead. Also have Eastview taking on Burnsville. And there's another good matchup I'm not thinking of. Oh yeah, Duluth East taking on Elk River. Perhaps a Section 7 championship preview. A lot of great games.
Eagles trying to add one more before the horn sounds. Snuggerud can't keep it in. He's hounded by both Jag forwards. And Spinner alongside Keeley. Keeley to Spinner. Spinner's shot is wide.
Good job by Steven Spinner to create some space.
He delivers the blow that time. Eden Prairie matching the physicality of Jefferson from the first period. They've been the more aggressive team here in the second. Here's a pass. Snuggerud almost hits Graham right in stride. And Pager now has it up ahead to Aguilar, who loses control of it. And Snuggerud forced after it with 40 seconds to play in the period. Isaac sent it in for Jefferson. He chases after it. Puck banked off the boards off a helmet of Rickheim and down into the corner with 20 seconds to play. Out of it comes Isaac. Isaac to Panvika. Panvika trying to bring it in one more time as a Jag player loses his footing. So Panvika 1-on-3 hounding Jack Clays. Now retreats to center ice. 6 seconds to play. And it'll be sent into the corner. The Eagles will go to the locker room holding a 2-1 advantage over the visiting Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. So, 2 periods in the books, and it's been dandy thus far from Eden Prairie. Your score after 34 minutes of play. It's the Eden Prairie Eagles 2, the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars 1. We're back in a couple minutes with scores and highlights. You're watching high school hockey on PSB. Eden Prairie 2, Bloomington Jefferson 1 is our score in the second intermission of a matchup between two unbeaten teams here in the Southwest Metro. And that period was dominated by Eden Prairie. Scoring summary first on the power play, 1 minute 46 seconds in. It was Riley Artsinger capitalizing after a 2-minute penalty on the goaltender, Grant Martins. We're still unsure what the actual call was, but they scored right away off the first faceoff on that man advantage. Artsinger from Michael Parrish and Steven Spinner at the 146-minute mark. That made it 1-all early in the period. Then, a couple minutes later, Jefferson took another penalty, this time a bench penalty, too many men on the ice. And at the 6:36 mark of the second period, another power play goal was banged home. This time, Michael Graham, the sophomore for the Eagles, he put home his third goal of the season after a rebound off a shot from Luke Snuggerud. That made it 2-1 Eden Prairie. The rest of the period was still dominated by the Eagles, but they didn't have anything to show for it. They did kill a penalty, really limiting Jefferson to few scoring chances on the man advantage. And I think by our count, right now the shots are somewhere around 23-8 in favor of the Eagles. So two periods, both of which have been dominated offensively by the Eagles, but it's still just a one-goal game, really anybody's contest going into the third, Brett.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think if you're Bloomington Jefferson, you probably take a one-goal game on the road heading into the third period. Just got to stay away from those bizarre penalties, I guess. Unconventional penalties may be the way to put it. Again, those two penalties, not of your conventional variety. One was for still that mysterious call on the netminder for Bloomington Jefferson, still trying to figure that one out, as there was a collision, as you were talking about, Adam. The other one was too many men on the ice, and both have led to Eden Prairie power play goals, and it really seemed to take the wind out of Bloomington Jefferson's sails, because obviously when you're killing a penalty, you can't really do much offensively, and it really just took away their momentum and also to their rhythm as well in that second period. So see if they can regroup, get something going in the third period, and got to clean up some of that sloppy play. We were talking about how in the first period Jefferson was a little sloppy with their breakout plays, and not really a whole lot better in the second period. They just got to be quicker on those passes, more crisp may be a good way to put it. So we'll see if they can make those adjustments and try to tie this game up.
And interesting, just checking the stats before I arrived here, I think Jefferson had only let in one power play goal in the season. They did have, like I said, 46 penalty minutes, but they'd killed all but one. I think they had a 94% success on the penalty kill, but they are 0 for 2 tonight as Eden Prairie netted both of their goals by way of the man advantage. So yeah, even strength right now. Jefferson's up 1-0, but you take those costly penalties, and that's why they find themselves down 2-1 heading into the third period. Head to the scoreboard. As Brett said, a few games of interest around the state this evening. We'll start up north. Once again, Roseau did end up winning, I think, 3-0. We don't have a final on that game, but they were up late third, 3-0 over Moorhead. So
yeah, go ahead. I'll look on Twitter too. Go ahead, Adam.
Rams will end up taking that. And from the Lake Conference, well, I guess it's a non-conference game, but St. Thomas Academy, after one period, leads Minnetonka 1-0. Crosstown rival Kennedy, the rival of obviously Jefferson, they're down 1-0 to Chanhassen after 17 minutes of play. After two periods in Chaska, it's Irondale leading the Hawks 2-1. Late second period score from the South Suburban. Prairie Lake 5, Lakeville South 2, a Lakeville South team we saw struggle against Eden Prairie. They're not finding it any easier against the Lakers this evening. Buffalo, after two periods, leads Princeton 6-0. That's a team with some offensive weapons, and they're pouring it on the Tigers after two periods of play. Another score from Northwest Minnesota. Late second period, it's East Grand Forks 3, Crookston 1. And finally, in what was a tight game earlier in the contest, Burnsville's now opened up a 5-1 advantage over the Eastview Lightning. So the Blaze look like they will take a relatively large early season matchup I know Eastview's goaltender has gotten some pub on the hub and some other things, but Burnsville finding a way to get it past him this evening. They'll go and get the victory in the South Suburban Conference. So we'll take another couple-minute break, be back with the third and final period from the Eden Prairie Community Center. Once again, your score, the Eagles 2, the Jaguars 1. This is boys high school hockey on PSB. Third and final period about set to get underway between Eden Prairie and Bloomington Jefferson. Winner will stay undefeated and likely be ranked in the top 5 of Class AA. Loser will take their first loss of the year. 17 more minutes to decide which team comes out victorious. Eagles lead 2-1 as we head to the final period. Panvika, Spinner. I feel like I've been saying that on a face-off every couple minutes. Panvika wins it again. Jefferson takes control. Shot that time on net. Stick save made by Gertis. And the net is Shue, now Snuggerud, who doesn't get the puck. Johnson taps it out to his defenseman at the point. Puck held in, but then taken away. Back come the Eagles. This is Keeley. Keeley into the corner. He's taken into the boards by the Jefferson D. Spinner behind the net. There's the puck tipped away. Centering pass almost on the stick of Spinner.
It's a guy you got to watch out in front. Can't give him any room. Spinner came free for just a moment away from that Jefferson defender. Fortunately for the Jaguars, that pass wasn't quite on the tape.
And Johnson falls trying to stay onside, so the faceoff will come. Just to our right, we're at center ice, camped out here in the Eden Prairie Community Center. Brett Johnson alongside Adam Rosso. 15:58 to go. 2-1 is our score. Eden Prairie over Bloomington Jefferson.
Of course, also have several different ways you can watch this game. You can watch at the Tavern on 4 and 5 as they'll be showing several Eden Prairie games on the big screen. If you live in Bloomington, this game also available on BEC TV, Channel 96. And also, again, to pass along some info, if you're watching on a Mac, try to either go to a PC or use Firefox. Our stream does not seem to be working with Safari, so hopefully that will solve any troubleshooting issues.
Puck into the corner on the left side of the rink. And out of it come the Jaguars. This is Redepenning. He has it at the blue line. And it is offside once again. Face off into the neutral zone. Jefferson coming on with a little more aggressiveness on offense here in the first minute, 45 seconds, something they need to do. They know basically the next goal should determine which way this game goes. A 2-goal advantage for Eden Prairie, probably insurmountable at this late stage of the game.
Yeah, it's tough to see Bloomington Jefferson scoring 2 goals in the third period. They have to work hard enough to try to get just one.
Centering pass that time, Snuggerud. Shot was wide. Back come the Jags the other way. Into the corners, Ansel. Ansel, he's down there with his teammate Sizek. Snuggerud. And this is Clays. Who has it? He gives it back to his senior captain, Snuggerud, who sends it over to Graham. Graham banks it out of the zone. And puck now behind the Jefferson net as Clint Moe plays it. Moe rides the Eden Prairie forward in the boards. Strauss comes away with it as the Eden Prairie forecheck backs off. And the assistant captain Strauss brings it to center ice. He takes it in 1-on-4, gets by an Eden Prairie defender. And he's going to be held and probably hooked. And there will be a man sent to the box. So what an individual effort there by, the junior assistant captain Charlie Strauss. Took it in 1-on-4. He'll draw a hooking penalty on the Eagles. That one will be assessed to number 28, Jack Clays. 2 minutes for hooking. And Jefferson goes on the man advantage. Down up goal. Panvika to Strauss. Strauss to Panvika. He centers it. This is Strauss. Strauss shot, save made, rebound sent out of the zone. Nice clearing job in front of the goaltender that time for Eden Prairie. It was Mark Sullivan hacking it all the way down the ice to force Martins to play the puck.
Let's take a look at Jefferson now. Last power play had a lot of trouble getting it in the Eden Prairie zone. This time looking a lot smoother.
Panvika can't get it to the point, and it's off a stick and out.
That offensive sequence Jefferson had a second ago on the power play credited to the fact that they won a face-off, which is big, but again, this is giving them trouble trying to get it back into the Eden Prairie zone. This time sent right back in. Boy, what a weird bounce.
And Spinner has it on his stick. He holds it up. Panvika.
Got to credit the Eden Prairie penalty kill, too. They wasted just about 30 seconds a second ago.
Panvika brings it in, centering. Nobody there. But held in at the line. Shot save made. Rebound is loose in front. Comes back to the point to Rickheim. Rickheim to Panvika, who's in the near corner. Panvika now playing without a stick. Has to go back and retrieve his stick.
Boy, delayed penalty. Jefferson would be wise to let Eden Prairie touch the puck.
Save in front, and the goaltender taps it out. And it's going to be a slash. It looked like the stick of Panvika was slashed out of his hands, and that's what the call is going to be.
The delayed penalty, though, when you get a delayed penalty when you're already up 5-on-4, let the opposition touch the puck. You're much better off being 5-on-3 than 6-on-4. That cost Jefferson at least 10 seconds of a two-man advantage. We'll have about a half minute remaining, but I guess it's easy to be a Monday morning quarterback because they actually did create a pretty good chance just a moment ago.
So 5-on-3 opportunity for the Jags, looking for the even goal, and we're going to get a timeout from Coach Lindquist, and we will take it with him. Back in 30 seconds, Jefferson on a 5-on-3 man advantage for 29 seconds. Can they knot the score up at 2? Find out here in a moment. Jefferson with a 5-on-3 advantage, easily their best sustained, or an attempt at a sustained pressure on the Eden Prairie defense. 5-on-3, Snuggerud, Shue, and Keeley are the three for the Jags. Shot, save made, rebound loose in front. Jefferson controls, it's to the near side. This is Strauss. Strauss takes a return pass, sends it on net low. It's kept in once again. 10 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Miles to Roble. Roble to Strauss. Strauss to Miles on the near side. And one man out of the box. There's a shot on net. Save made by Gertis. And it goes up into the protective net. Face off to the netminder's right. 88 seconds left on the man advantage.
Job there by the Eden Prairie penalty kill, not taking any chances on that 5-on-3. Had three guys stay in the lane, didn't give any Jefferson any point-blank chances, and now they're back to a 5-on-4.
This time it'll be Panvika and Artsinger.
Just like to quickly pass along, got a couple of people helping troubleshoot, saying that Ad Blocker Plus, if you're running that on Firefox, may be giving you trouble. So I'd like to thank all of our fans who are tuning in, helping through some of the troubleshooting issues that I know a few people are having.
Roble
listeners
to Strauss. Strauss and Roble passing it back and forth as Johnson camps out in front of that. This is Roble, sends it up high. Save made off the shoulder of Gertis. Snuggerud into the corner after it for Eden Prairie. Miles, he has the only goal of the evening for the Jags. Roble at the point. Panvika on the far corner. And sent in, it doesn't go to the net.
Eden Prairie's not giving Jefferson anything in the slot area, keeping everything along the perimeter.
Shot, save made off the pad of Gertis. Short angle that time by Miles. Panvika has it. And he tips it up. Artsinger's going to have it, and he gets it out of the zone. Up off the board, this is a streaking Michael Graham. Nice play by Strauss to poke it away from him. 20 seconds left in the power play, and Graham gets possession for Eden Prairie. He sends it cross ice. Shot up high, knocked down and covered off the stick of Charlie Lawrence. Martin's right there. 15 seconds to go in the man advantage. 10:39 in the contest. Face-off in the Jefferson zone.
A couple of emails have Art Graff emailing us saying he appreciates the broadcast, saying great play-by-play and good videography. Also, Grant sending us an email saying he was able to get the broadcast to work by turning off ad blocker on Firefox. So glad to have you tune in. And again, you can email us here in the broadcast booth by clicking on that link below the screen.
Reichheim dropped off shot off the post. On the last attempt before Eden Prairie becomes full strength. That time it looked like Graff had the open court of the net. He sends a shot up high. Nice passing finally by the Jaguars. They just couldn't hit it home. It went off the post as Gertis left the corner open. Graff just missed it wide.
You're Jefferson, you're hoping that wasn't your one chance here in this third period where you get a 5-on-3 and an extended power play. Hit the goalpost at the very end.
Keeley, left-handed shot into the left-handed glove of Martins. He holds, face-off once again on the left side of your screen as the Eagles are going right to left as you watch it on your computer.
Our broadcast today is also brought to you by the Mulch Store. Not too early to start making those springtime plans. They can get you the best compost in the Midwest. Great for landscaping. Find locations, mulchstoremn.com, mulchstoremn.com.
Snuggerud maintaining possession, doing a nice job staying on his skates as well. As it's held into the corner. Clays to the point. This is Pager. Well, Shu sends it off a skate and into the corner.
Boy, did Snuggerud want the puck on that sequence. Hearing him banging his stick on the ground, and who can blame him? He's
centering pass all the way through off the side of the net. That came from the stick of Shu. Big blow delivered there by Clays. He flattened the Jefferson player. Pamvika out of there for the Jags. Snuggerud to the point. His shot deflected wide. Martin's out of the net. He's ran into. And the back referee here in the back side calls. Excuse me, the back linesman calls the play and the penalty on Eden Prairie.
Confident to say this one will not be on Martins.
Yeah. So Eden Prairie, third penalty of the period, second on Jack Clays. That time, 2-minute minor running into the goalie. It didn't see the actual call.
Let's see if I can.
Might be roughing, actually. We'll go with that. So 8:53 to go. Jefferson on their third power play of the period. Red Depending has it in the corner. This is Johnson. Roble, it was a roughing call. Shot in front of the net. Puck loose. And it's steered into the corner. This is Miles. Eden Prairie will come out of it. Art Singer has Graham to his left. He elects to dump it and chase after it. Strauss takes it across ice, and Eden Prairie retreats. Roble sets up shop. Rickheim up ahead to Miles. Miles to Panvika on the right side. He sends it back to Miles. Miles into the corner for Panvika. Now taken away and sent down ice. That time good play by the junior Mark Sullivan. Spinner now at center ice. He's met by Johnson. Panvika takes it out, but he's going to be ridden off the puck. Puck kept in by Miles and now sent all the way down the ice as the Jags D was changing. Johnson tries to go around. Aguilar sends it to Panvika. He's wide open. Tries a backhand attempt, and he doesn't get the stick on it.
Great job by Jake Gertis to force Panvika in a tough situation.
Puck is loose. Panvika trying it again. It's still loose in front of Gertis. Now comes all the way out to the point. This is Sweeney. Long shift for the Jefferson team. You can tell they are dead tired. Sweeney can't keep it in, and the penalty is killed. So golden opportunity by Panvika I couldn't tell if he just didn't get a stick on it or if it was actually knocked away, but either way, Eden Prairie holds, and they still lead by 1.
Well, even if Gertis didn't get his stick on that one, at least forced Panvika into that situation where he had to really stretch to try to get a stick on that one. Good job by Gertis.
Snuggerud into the corner with Wendorf. They're fighting, jostling for position. Out of it comes Strauss. Up ahead, near side, Ansel. He's taken down hard by Steven Spinner into the boards. Big check. This was Strauss walking in front. Puck tapped away, approaching 6 minutes to go. Eden Prairie still leads by 1. Shu in the corner. Around, but held up on the midline boards. Shot deflected and knocked down by Eden Prairie. Out comes Artsinger. Far side, waiting, looking, centering past Shu. Shu from the circle. His shot is wide. Sullivan, as Eden Prairie will change. It's sent all the way down ice on the goaltender as Jefferson changes back the other way. Aguilar. He brings it in. Looking. Tries a wraparound. Shot is wide. Looks like the net came off. Yep, it did come off the moorings. Moorings or bearings, Brett?
Either one, I think, works. Andy Aguilar, pretty sneaky play right there, jumping up from his defensive play, trying to go wraparound. Look, he may have had Martins fooled, but couldn't get it cleanly on net.
Panvika and Clays now face off near circle. Won once again by Jefferson. And now pass intercepted by Clays. Clays takes a shot. It's off a stick and into the corner. Panvika takes it. He's up ahead to Johnson. Johnson and Miles against Aguilar and Sullivan for the Eagles. Eagles neutralize the Jag attack. And the puck trickles along near boards.
I think we've started to see Jefferson start to open things up a little more over the past few minutes, taking more chances offensively.
Yeah, they've actually definitely outplayed the Eagles this whole period. The Eagles only a couple shots on goal. Dumped in by Jefferson as they change. 4:25 to go here in the contest. 2-1. Eden Prairie still leads off the strength of 2 second period goals. Strauss. Snuggerud. And a potential rush here. Here's a centering pass off the tape of Sizik. Back the other way come the Eagles. Another shot deflected into the corner by Bloomington Jefferson. Spinner at the circle puts a soft shot on that. It doesn't get to the netminder. And it's sent out and down. Sullivan, that's Shu to Snuggerud. Snuggerud dumps it down. It's taken it right when it comes across the blue line. Shu is there for Eden Prairie. Off the tape of Spinner into the Jefferson zone. Puck still in there. Keeley after it. Now here's a pass up ahead. Jefferson doing a lot better job trying to get a breakout started. Still passing isn't as crisp as they'd like it. Nice play. What a pass. Spinner to Schmidt. And that could be the dagger. Did you see that? Let's see if we get that on replay. Spinner spins and passes it to a camped out Schmidt.
Yeah, beautiful pass there by Steven Spinner. You see the very top there. Yeah, Spinner finding an open Schmidt right out there in front, getting the goal for Eden Prairie. What vision showed by Steven Spinner, definitely proving why he's a Division I recruit.
Boy.
I didn't even get that cleanly on my camera. That's how good of a pass that was. Caught me by surprise.
Did a nice job by Schmidt to be there, camped out. Kind of cherry picking at one point. He was hanging out in front of the crease, but Spinner put it right on the tape. 3-1 Eagles as they want one more. Back the other way. Shot, nice save made by Martin. Sprawled out. He stones Graham. Graham still has it. And it's sent down, and it will be iced. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. The goal at 13:45, Colton Schmidt. The first even strength goal of the evening for the Eagles, assisted by Steven Spinner. That's his second helper on the evening, as he also assisted on the initial goal by Artsinger. So a 2-point night for Spinner. That ups his tally for the season to 5 assists, 7 points. He's just one behind Artsinger, who, with his goal tonight, has 8 points. Miles, front of the net, covered up by Gertis. So really, you got the feeling midway through that period, Jefferson had a couple golden opportunities, and that play off the stick of Panvika, their best scorer, when Gertis either tied him up or just forced him to change directions, that really was the turning point, because since then Eden Prairie has done a nice job turning defense into offense, and they score the first and only goal this third period.
Yeah, Jefferson taking more chances offensively will lead some openings the other way defensively, and that's how they were able to find Colton Schmidt open in front of the net a second ago. Normally you'd see Jefferson cover that a lot better if they were playing their usual style, but when you're down by a goal with only a few minutes left, gotta take some more chances.
And Snuggerud with a rip at Panvika's stick. Not sure Coach Smith will be quite pleased with that one as senior captain. Up 2 goals, 2 minutes to play, and they're going to be short. Well, it looks like they're going to be short 2 guys now as Martins comes off the ice.
Like this move from Coach Lindquist. You're down by 2 goals. You're going to get a 6-on-4 power play. Why not take the chance? Awfully tough to give up an empty net goal when you're 2 men up. And they score!
They score right off of the power play. I was writing the penalty down. Looked like in front of the net was either Redepenning.
Yeah, someone definitely got a stick on that. It looks like I have a 7 that might have gotten a stick on that for Jefferson.
See what we get officially. Goal comes just 8 seconds into the man advantage.
Boy, that certainly makes things interesting.
And I was just saying, I don't understand the penalty. It was a neutral ice infraction, really not gaining anything from getting the stick out of Panvika's hands. And now we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. It's 3-2. Eden Prairie lead cut in half.
Looks like they're going to say Johnson got a stick on that one, but Panvika definitely was down there low.
And here come the Jags again. Panvika. Centering pass up in the air. Still near the goaltender Gertis, and it's sent down and out all the way. Icing will be called. So we'll get the official goal scored by Tyler Johnson. His 6th, team-leading 6th goal of the year. Came at the 15-10 mark. Assist to Redepenning and A.J. Roble. Eden Prairie on their heels all of a sudden.
Jefferson has an empty net, too.
Snuggerud gets it out. Panvika chasing after it. This is Artsinger. Artsinger shoots and he scores! Riley Artsinger with the empty netter, and that will do it. .15:58 the time of the goal. Artsinger. And I didn't see who will get the assist. There definitely will be at least one, as somebody else brought it up ice, left it for Artsinger.
An Eden Prairie player out there made a great spin move around a Jefferson player right near those penalty boxes to help set up that empty net goal for the Eagles.
Snuggerud loses his edge, bringing the puck into the zone. Prairie gets it to Shue at the point. Shue over to Snuggerud. 37 seconds left. Snuggerud holds, passes. This is Graham. Graham shot blocked down in front. And the puck sent back in as the clock ticks away. 20 seconds to go. Eden Prairie will escape with a victory. They'll hold serve on their home ice. And Jefferson will fall to 4-1 on the season. Eden Prairie ups their record to a still perfect 4-0. 6 seconds left. Graham in the corner, and the clock will expire. Eden Prairie 4, Bloomington Jefferson 2 as the Eagles tap the helmet of netminder Gertis. Get the shots on goals. Unofficial shots on goal. I think I heard that from the PA guy. 33 for Eden Prairie, 26 for Jefferson. So Jefferson, 18 shots on goal to just 10 in that final period. So as we said, they took a little bit more, a couple more chances, scored a couple goals, but in the end, Eden Prairie too tough as they take home the victory. 4-2, our final score. So we'll take a quick break, come back for the Sun Current postgame show here on PSB. Once again, your final score, Eden Prairie 4, Bloomington Jefferson 2, back in 30 seconds. Four to 2, our final from the Eden Prairie Community Center. The Eagles up their record to a perfect 4-0. Jefferson takes their first loss on this season. They fall to 4-1. Scoring summary first period, pretty tight to the vest by Jefferson, but they did come out of the opening period with an advantage, 1-0 after a goal at the 12-11 mark by Nolan Miles. Assist came by Johnny Panvica. And after one period, 1-0 Bloomington Jefferson. Second period, 2 power play goals were converted, both penalties coming by way of unconventional means, but Jefferson unable to kill a penalty. The first one, 146 in, scored by Riley Artsinger, his first of 2 on the evening. Assists were Steven Spinner and Michael Parrish for Eden Prairie. That knotted it at 1. Then too many men on the ice was the second period. Eden Prairie converted on that one as well. Michael Graham, the sophomore forward, he puts the biscuit in the basket at the 6:36 mark. Assist came by Luke Snuggerud. 2-1. Eagles had the lead after 2 periods of play. Third period saw a host of penalties. Eden Prairie, 4 penalties in that period, all minors, but 4, including 2 within 30, about a minute of each other, gave the Jags a 5-on-3 advantage. They were unable to convert. Then just a couple minutes later, after a good flurry of offense from the Jags, Colton Schmidt provided the third goal of the evening after a beautiful pass by Steven Spinner. Spinner nets those 2 assists on the night. And the second one was converted by Colton Schmidt at the 13:45 mark. Jefferson came right back, however, didn't go away quietly. Their second goal of the evening scored by Tyler Johnson. That was with just 1:50 to go in the game. They pulled the goalie in, had a power play. 6-on-4 advantage. They beat Jake Gertis for the second time. Assist Drew Redepenning and A.J. Roble for the Jags. And then the empty netter converted by Riley Artsinger. Just a minute to go in the game. That gave us our final 4-2 tally on the scoreboard. Didn't get the official call on who was the assist man who made the pass at center ice, but Artsinger shot from the blue line, nice and low, went into the empty net. That's why the Eagles come away with the 4-2 victory. Once again, shots on goal unofficially were Eden Prairie 33, Jefferson 26. That means Jake Gertis with 24 saves out of 26 opportunities, and Grant Martins 30 saves out of 33 opportunities. I guess 29 saves out of 32, with the empty net being the 33rd shot. So I guess we had to pick a star for the game. You'd have to go with either Snuggerud or Spinner, Brett. It's kind of your call, but those guys really separated themselves when it got down to crunch time here in the third.
I would say maybe the first half of the game you go with Luke Snuggerud really creating a lot of chances from that point, throwing pucks on net, creating some chances. That's what led to that first goal for Eden Prairie off of a rebound on the power play. Steven Spinner really delivered. Second half of the game, a great playmaking ability shown on that pass to Colton Schmidt. Again, I missed part of it on my camera. It was such a good pass with Schmidt camped out in front. Great vision by Steven Spinner, and you can see why these two guys could end up playing at the next level. They can just see the ice so well. It's really fun to watch, and boy, it's a good game here between two very good hockey teams, and definitely had fun broadcasting it. Of course, if you're listening for Eden Prairie, we'll have their next game for you coming up on Friday against Cretin-Durham Hall, and if you're listening for Jefferson, we'll have their game coming up on Saturday. I believe it's at 5 o'clock. They'll take on Lakeville North right here on PSBMN.com.
All right, so tons of coverage here. Those two games this weekend. Also, check out the website. Hosts of girls and boys basketball being covered here in the Southwest Metro, and then a couple tournament games next week. We'll have that schedule up online here as soon as we sift out the broadcasting assignments. But for now, Eden Prairie moves to 4-0. Jefferson falls to 4-1. Once again, your final score from Eden Prairie: the Eagles 4, the Jags 2 for Brett Johnson. This is Adam Rosso signing off on PSB.
Thanks for tuning in to live local play-by-play coverage of the Eagles High School sports. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Umbria Gourmet Pizzeria, The Mulch Store, Alpha Investment Advisors, Performance Therapy Innovations, Brandy Warmbier State Farm Insurance Office, and Healthy Training. Keep it tuned to PSBMN.com for more broadcasts of Eagles High School sports.